Hi there, this is Kathy Crow at the Crow Cottage, and I think I'm on. I hope so. You know, I just saw Facebook. Hold on a second. It just sent me to like a little tiny window, which was that's convenient. Maybe, I don't know. It's so funny how every time I come on Facebook, they're doing different things, and I'm trying to. It works great on my phone, not so great on my computer. So I'll just have to work on that as we go because I can't take the time to do this. Oh, Jewel, what a treat to have you. And Andy, awesome. All right, ladies, today I have to tell you, so Jewel said that she didn't get notifications before, so I don't know, you must have since you're with me right away, Jewel. And I don't know if that's because you liked my page again, but that would be my suggestion, is that if you don't know, because in my phone, I know like something just now popped up. I don't want that stuff popping up. And I need to keep going in and resetting my settings, right? Hi, Mary. It's nice to see you because the settings keep getting reset all the time. Every time your phone updates or Facebook obviously updated and did something and stuck a small, I've got my big window of me and a little window of me. I don't want the little window of me, but I'm afraid if I touch it, it'll do something weird. So I'm gotta get me on the computer to see what's going on because I really can't even see. It's so funny. Anyway, if you are not getting notifications that I'm on and you would like to, go ahead and try. I think if you like my page or follow, I bet it's follow my page. Now, if you've already done that and you click it again, it'll unfollow. So oh man, it's so funny. So just, Jewel, you say yes, I think is what you said. I'm not sure what the yes was for, so it's probably all of the above. Anyway, so if you do not get my notifications, you will want to. Now today I am not making this card, so I'm showing it to you. I'm going to do a yellow petal like this, but it's not this particular card. And this DSP you'll recognize. This is like Field of Flowers, I think. I don't remember exactly, but I did it with that subtle embossing folder. You can't really see it, but it feels kind of ancient. It's nice. So I love that fold. That's probably one. Michelle, one of our teammates, said that's her favorite fold, and it's one of mine too. But now, here is a card. I didn't even put it yet on the actual card. This is the front of it because I haven't finished it yet. But oh, isn't that pretty? Now, we're not going to have time to do this one today because this one's just way too time consuming. But it is so nice. And I am going to do a tutorial for this one when I do Prized Peony for my newsletter, which will be out in, this particular one will be in January. Or December. January? Yeah, it might be January. I'm kind of trying to work those up ahead of time so I'm not scrambling at night trying to get that done. Lost me. Ah, no. I am windy here, and that's not me. It's the Tri-Cities, although right at the moment when I'm looking out the window, it's still, which is shocking, but it's been very windy, so that might account for my weird internet interaction. But we are going to do the petals. Now, so for this one, you can see I even took a tiny bit of white and put that. That's that velvet paper that I did that out of, and we're going to do that too. So I've got a whole bunch of projects in mind. Now, when I put the camera down, I'm going to kind of move things around because I'm wanting to use this glass mat that Freddie got me. It's so nice. And I'm sponging today, so I kind of need to use it. All right, what else? There was something else I wanted to say. Make sure you share, and then you get entered into the drawing. Oh, I almost forgot. And then we can do this drawing. This is from for this week's. I was going to redo last week's because Pam was honest and said she didn't share. Oh, good. Thank you, Andy. Thank you for saying that I'm working out all right on your end. So that was nice of her to say. I appreciate anybody who watches, even if you are a demonstrator and you don't really want to share my, business to your customers. I totally understand that, and I love having you watch me because it's good for my business. Even when you're watching, if you don't share, I do appreciate the people who share because that does help. And so that's why they get a $5 coupon if they win. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. It's still, don't feel embarrassed. You're still benefiting me, and I appreciate you because you guys are so smart, and I've learned so much just from doing this. And then you can tell me, try this, or I think what the kindest thing people have said frequently is, I've never seen it done that way. That's a very tactful way of saying, that's odd. So at any rate, however you say it, you can be perfectly blunt with me. I am very blunt back, so I am not offended. Getting better at something means you've probably been doing something, if not wrong, you've been doing it the hard way. And who wants to do it the hard way? You want to do it the easier way. Or sometimes my way is the easier way, and I have gauged that, it is that the results aren't as good, but shoot, I've only got 5 minutes for this, so we're going to do it the fast and not as good way. All right, Melissa, it's nice to see you too. I hope you're having a good day. I have got to get out on that bike still, and I'm hoping the wind doesn't pick up anymore. I thought I was going to get out on it earlier, and I didn't, so I was too busy chatting. All right, so here is the drawing from last week's. Anybody who shares, you get your name in here, and then I will draw the name. And Trudy won for several weeks. And Trudy? I guarantee you guys, Trudy's name was in that basket one time. How has she been so lucky? All right, you guys, whoever is praying for Trudy to have good luck, stop. Give the rest of you a chance, all right? Somebody has been praying for Trudy to win every time, and I'm just respectfully asking you to please stop doing that because it's not fair. Not fair to the other people. So Trudy, I don't know. I said before you should, be buying up those lottery tickets, and you should be, because seriously, girl, we've got a lot. I've actually got quite a few names in there, and you have been coming up just awesomely regular. All right, so here we go. We'll put this down, and we will see. Again, thank you so much for sharing. I'm hoping that there's not too much glare on this desk. When I tried it before, I adjusted my lights, so I do like the dark background. It's very attractive. All right, so at any rate, let me see. I want you to slide that way, I guess. All right, you can, once I get it on the computer here and I can see your comments, then I'll be able to see. If you can't see, I do appreciate it if you say, I can't, it's glaring, or I can't see you, or whatever, so that I know. But I think I can see that it's looking all right. Good. I've got this here in case I need it, but I'd rather not use it except for where I need to. I'm going to just fold it in half because I am going to need it, and I'm hoping this is moist. I was fooling around a lot today. I did not get some things out already that I normally have out. I do have my projects really well organized today, so hopefully we get through much of them because I really want to. They're pretty cool. You're going to really like them. So you saw those. We're going to put this away. Let me tell you really quick what I did. This is vanilla on the background here with the Peony, and Tasteful Touches was this other stamp that I used. And then I used that woven, what is it? Something woven. The new woven embossing folder. Boy, it looks bright on my... See, the trouble is the black background, I love that, but when I have the black background under there, it's my camera. It's not really picking up colors very well. So, with black, let me shift this over. Yeah, see, now when I put that, now I'm seeing what it looks like, and you can kind of see this. Yeah, Melissa, I do sell, I have a bunch of cards all put in little packs. It's just, 2 cards in a little pack, $5 a pack, and they're a variety, and I have those in a basket here all the time. And I do have some online, but I haven't put any new ones online for a long, long time. So those are like super old, 2 years ago. I could still sell those, but they're ones you probably wouldn't want. And I mean, you would, they're cute. They're just not the current stamp projects of the day. So, I would want them, but anyway, you can come by anytime and buy cards for me, or you can just say, I don't know. It's hard I can't have you just say I want that card. Some cards actually take a long time to make. Others are not quite as time consuming, but I do have to charge some money for them. So anyway, today, the first card we are going to do, I've already got some of it put together. Now this one, I haven't, this is the front of it. I haven't not put it on the backing yet, the base card. But I wanted to show you how easy it is to cut out the petals. Let me grab the set we're using. There it is. Okay, this prized peony, oh, I've loved it. I knew I would as soon as I saw it, but I really like it, because sometimes the more silhouette-y kind of things that they... Oh, hi, Aunt Connie. It's nice to see you, too. Okay, thanks, Melissa. I would love for you to order Christmas cards from me. Anyway, so you're just using 4 dies out of this. It has leaves, too. Did I bring the leaves over? Yes, I think I did. So these are the leaves. There's a little stamen, which I'm not using because I like the peonies that are all puffed up. Now, the ones that are single peonies, you're going to have a single row or sometimes a double row, but they're very open, and you can see the stamen in the middle. Most peonies that you're going to like that are from your garden are these fully, you know, multi-petaled ones that they stay closed up. You don't see that stamen until they get really old and start opening up. And so I'm not doing the stamen. I cut it out and didn't really like it. It's yeah, I think we have better stamens in other flower packs. So I doubt very much I'm going to use that one at all. But I wanted to show you how quick and easy it is to cut these out. I could cut out, like so this is vellum, and it's pink. I'm just so you don't have to labor with me, I've got a lot of things pre-done. I took my cardstock. There's my base card. And this is petal pink. Already cut that out. This is the DSP that goes with prized peony. I forget what it's called, but it's the peony DSP. And, you know, cut it slightly shorter. This is a little bit wide. This one's 4.5 by 5 and I think a half, because it's just a little fatter, not any longer. So it's instead of 4 1/4, it's 4.5 by 5.5. And then this DSP then is 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and I just glued that on there. And then to get our, I did it backwards, didn't I? I did. But I took white cardstock or whisper white. I'm not sure. Can't really tell. Probably whisper white. But and then just cut it a little bit shorter. So 4 by 5, and then ran it through with our Parisian. This is our Parisian folder, embossing folder. It's got, you know, curly cues, and I thought that would fit nicely with the petals. And then I just cut the diagonal top off. So we're going to stick that on there in a moment. And then this ribbon. I don't know if we're selling this ribbon anymore. I hope so. It's petal pink with a gold edge, and I think it's gorgeous. So we're going to put that on there. I've got the other things ready to go too. And what I'm going to do is I think I am going to show you with these. This is a little more peachy than petal pink. This vellum is probably, boy, I don't know. Let's put it on white to see. It's almost a yellow. So I might have to go back with this. This is just a little too pinky, but this is not quite pinky enough. I'm a paper collector, so I had other color vellums. Stampin' Up! Right now, I think they only sell one color of vellum. But I have a few. And actually, these are quite old. I think these are probably 15-year-old vellum papers. But anyway, I wanted to show you how to do this flower because it's a really cute one, and
Anyway, you're gonna love it. So let me put my little accoutrements back in my container so that I can keep things somewhat neat. And we are gonna cut out these petals. And I have already cut these out, but I'm already kind of deciding, I don't think I want to use those. I think they're gonna be, they're not quite the right color. I will have to move the camera up, I bet. I'm just suspecting I might have to. We'll see. We'll see if we have to. I'm delayed here, like super delayed, and I'm not talking about just my mental capacity. I'm also talking about the timing, and no, it's not too bad. Now I'm looking at it on the camera. It's not too bad. Now I've got 4 sheets, and this is going to cut out, because this one I doubled over. Okay. And so I've got 4 sheets of vellum. You can see they've been through my stash of papers a while, so they're not in the greatest of shape. I really just need to make sure, though, that they are all about together on this side of the sheet, so I don't have something not cutting. So this will cut through 4 layers. I hope I can get all of these on here. If not, I'll have to take that top one off. We'll put the bigger one there. We'll turn you a little bit. I don't know. Well, let's try this. This one might be a little bit iffy because I've got a big cut out right there. This is the smaller, so let's put you here. Aha, I think I found the way to do it. And this way I get 4 flowers. On my card I want 2 flowers. That'll give me 2 extras to play around with. If I can get this on here in a way that it will actually cut. And if some of them come up a little short, oh well, I'm just not going to use those. All right, so I still see it looks a little sketchy on that side. All right, so we will roll this through. Put my bin in there. Jewel, I'm sorry you keep losing me. That's not unfortunate. I don't think it's on my end, and I hope it's not. Okay, I only ran that through 1 time. Now, if I wanted to be extra sure, I could have run it through again, but I'm quite confident it came through all right. Okay, so now we've got 4 of these. Yes, yes, yes. So see, you can get these cut out on vellum. Now, regular paper, I wouldn't get as many, but with this, oops, there you go. We'll get you and you too. Right there. Make sure I got all of them out. So now we have 4 little cute flowers. And we're going to do a little bit of coloring. Now your markers, put this down just a little bit. Your markers will smear on it. It's got too much of a smooth finish, so you're going to need to use your blending pens. Put those guys back in there. And we only need 2, so we're going to just, and I'm not going to, I don't know if I need to work on both of them, but maybe I will, just to show you what I'm doing. We'll only need 2 of each petal. Okay, so we'll take 2 and collate that into 2 other flowers, and I'll stick those on the side. And there's the little tiny one. Now, I'll stick you over here like this. I don't like that red right there. Okay, 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those. Okay. I'm going to take my little semi-peachy ones and move them too. I don't really need you guys. I don't think you're going to look good enough. All right, so your markers. Let me grab the markers so I can show you what I'm talking about. If the markers have, stronger color, let me do it on an end here where I can show you what I'm talking about. But the problem is that that's just gonna rub off. Now it won't, you know, it does color and all, but it's gonna continue to rub off too. It's not that it just rubs off and stops rubbing off, because although that's not coming off, it would in time. The more people handled it, the more it would come off. There would still be some. Sometimes people, what they want, if they want to use these and they want this fine point, or they particularly want this color, then thank you, Melissa. I'm glad you're not losing me. It must not be on our end. I'm sorry Jewel's having trouble with it. They color on the side that people aren't going to be handling. So they would, if you're going to use vellum and you wanted to use this, you would color on the underside of it. But it still is going to rub even against the other. So I just personally wouldn't use these. The only benefit to them is that you can, now this part's going to be hidden, so I'm going to just show you. You can actually do a little bit more of the blendy thing. To demonstrate what I'm talking about, because they can kind of rub into each other a little bit. You can get some, and they're watercolor, so you can get some watercolor and kind of smear it in. But you know what? The reality is you can do that with sponging too, and it's going to be a smoother, nicer finish. So I would not use those unless you wanted to have a little bit of a mess. We're gonna use, I'm going to get messy, so let me grab a wipe out of the side here and have it handy and ready to go. We are gonna use the Petal Pink, no, dark Flirty Flamingo. We're gonna use the bullet tip end. And on your petal, you've got this little ridge here. Actually, I can use the fat tip because I really just want to quickly go over the whole thing, just the outside all the way around. I don't need to worry about the bottom because that's not going to show. And then that's going to give you a nice outline. Let me see if I've got white that you can see under here. Okay, so it gives you a really nice soft pink look, and I'm kind of holding it here still for a long time just because I can't tell if you can see until it catches up. You know what? My internet's acting up too. Maybe it is me. I see me right now spinning like I'm not on. So if you guys are seeing me, great, because my internet's acting up too. So maybe it is me. All right, so sorry about the internet acting up today. I can't do anything about that. So we're going to just keep going around. You're going to see a little ridge where the flower kind of indents all the way around, and we're just trying to stay on that a little bit. Here where it scoots in, there's going to be a little bit of shading, so I'll just go ahead and put a little bit more on there. It is going to rub off a tiny bit, but once it dries, it stays on. So with this alcohol ink, you're pretty safe with that. All right, now my internet's back up again, so I'm going to do this again. Now you kind of see what's going on. And let's grab the light petal or Flirty Flamingo and see if you would like. Now I actually kind of colored in on the inside with the light. Okay? Just to give it a little bit darker interior, and then you can use your tissue again to just kind of blend that edge out a little bit if you want. Okay? It just blends it out a little bit. And it's going to be layered, so it doesn't even matter if there's a bit of a line. We are going to be layering these on top of one another, so it is going to be really cute and fine, no matter what. You really can't do too much with this to hurt it. So let's go quickly and get all of these done. I'll grab the dark one for the outline. Okay. I've got some classical music on in there. Today, it is feeling like a pretty good day. Even though it is windy, I'm feeling like I'm gonna have a good bike ride, and should be a beautiful day today. How about you? How's your days going? Hope you guys are doing well, getting ready for the holidays. My hair is getting really long. I really am thinking I'm gonna look like a really good witch for Halloween this year. Got the really good gray, long gray hair, witchy thing going really, really well. And I don't ever dress up for Halloween, but if I wanted to, I think I could do that quite well this year. Jeff said he was going to put gloves on. He's such a... It's like, seriously, are you... I didn't say anything, okay? I didn't even laugh. He said, yeah, if you want me to, I'll be happy to put gloves on and hand the candy out to the kids. We could even just put them in, put it in like the little Ziploc bags, and then I could put my gloves on. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? No, we're not using a whole bunch of Ziploc bags to do... The candy alone costs a fortune. I'm not going to spend money for the Ziploc bag that they don't need. And I didn't say anything. I just thought, you're gonna use a glove, to hand that stuff out. And then you're gonna use that glove like this. This is how the gloves work. This is how the mask works too. You're going to you're not going to want to go through a whole box of gloves in the one evening. And so unless I say something, you're going to wear one pair of gloves. You're going to just keep them on, because after about the fourth time you've shed and redone it, you're going to realize, shoot, I don't want to use up a whole thing of gloves. Those aren't cheap. Handing out candy, so I'm going to keep the gloves on, and I'm going to just touch everything I want to with my glove. But I've got gloves on. We went to our small group, and I wasn't going to wear so our church has gone up to 100 people, which is nice. We're actually able to function almost normal now. We have more than double that normally, but whatever. And, but I'm not going, because I'm not wearing a mask the whole time and then telling people, don't touch me, don't hug me, not that anyone would want to, but if they did. And actually, it used to be a time when I did get a fair amount of hugs at church. And so anyway... we'd had our small group in the building, though, so that with the rules the way they are, whether you are having your small group or anything, you got to follow the rules, right? So I'm sitting there without my mask, and some of our members, our first attenders come in, they're all masked up before they even get inside. I think, oh my goodness, seriously? And, we're more than 6 feet apart. We got the chairs, it's a big auditorium. We got the chairs 10 feet apart. And so after the next couple arrives and they are all masked up too. I just think, fine, I can do this too. It's stupid, but I can do it. And so I put my mask on. And then for the whole evening, oops, I lost one. Let's do that last one too. For the evening, I was counting how many times I touched my mask with my hands, because normally I do not touch my face when I'm in public. I'm trying really hard to not spread germs or put germs on me. So since hands go everywhere and are always germy, you just don't touch your face. I mean, that really is a good rule of thumb. Don't touch your face, don't touch your mouth, etc. And so anyway, I must have touched my face, I don't know, 25 times because I had to keep messing with my mask. So every time I reached up and adjusted my mask again, I just thought, yeah, there you go. German yourself all up again. All right, now comes the fun part. You're going to want to take your little bone folder. Well, let me put you up just a little bit. And let's count these petals again. Here's the big one. Okay, so we've got 2 of those. And then here is the next sized one. And then there's this, you know, there's the Papa Bear, Mama Bear, not quite the baby bear. This is the teen bear, and here is the baby bear. All right, so let's start with the big one. This one has a very small front, and you can tear it really easily. So I'm starting with the back, and just cup it in your hand and gently rub your bone folder over it like this, and it'll curl it slightly. And then you're going to want to do the same thing over here. I've got my classical list. Apparently has my Christmas list on it as well. So we will be listening to some Christmas carols. That's all right. I can handle that. I think that was Noel, Noel. To him, nobody does anymore at Christmas. I don't know why. At least here in the United States, we don't. Or maybe it's just Washington State. I don't know. But they're on the radio and on albums, or what we used to call albums. What do they call them now that they're all just digitized? I think they've gone back to album because actually groups are doing real albums now. Now that one's a little tricky. Sometimes I can't get that one to go, but you get the idea. You just want to do it slightly anyway, because all your flowers are going to just cup in there. You just don't want to tear it. Okay, so if I get in a rush, then that's when I start to try to tear it. You don't want to do that. Okay, there's that one. Now we'll do the second one. Same thing, just take your bone folder, separate it where the opening is, slip it in there. We'll do the back side first. Okay, get a nice curve on there. There's another Christmas one. I hope you like Christmas. We're gonna have some Christmas today. There we go. Isn't that cute? You're going to love this when it goes together. Hi, Sylvia. It's nice to see you. I hope you're enjoying some warm-ish weather, maybe. Is it raining? I don't know whether at this time of the year you guys get a lot of rain or not. It seems like you might at many times of the year, depending on what part of the country you're in, I bet. All right, here's the third one. So just sliding your bone folder in there, okay? Now, as you get to the bottom of this, you're going to be confused about what is the top and the bottom. So my hint to you is that the bottom has exactly the same shape on all of the front petals. So all of the front petals have the same shape, and that's where you want this flower to match up. And it'll also indicate then which is the top and which is the bottom. So I'm going to slide my bone folder in from the bottom. And that's the top. We're going to curve that back one again. And we're going to curve this one like that. The bigger pieces are easier to, not worry about ruining. It's this little guy. This little guy. Now ignore my scribbles here on the bottom. Sylvia, it rained a lot. Okay, I'm glad today is nice. It's a treat having you with me then. You're not outside. I bet you'd like to be outside doing something if it's nice. I think our wind has died down. I thought I was gonna not get out on a bike ride today, but now I'm thinking I will get to because it looks like it's fairly calm. It's been windy every day. Jeff says, oh, it's just predicting, 20-degree winds. That's not going to be too bad. 20 mile per hour winds. Strong ones here are 40 and 50 mile per hour, and we can get those once in a while, but I think it's been hovering right around 20 to 25. All right. Now, so that one is the easiest to tear off, so you got to be careful. The littlest one and the front of the biggest one, those guys. Now, you're only going to see me do this, I think, one time. I think all of my other flowers, I have them done or very close to being done, so you don't have to see all of this every time. But I thought you might be interested to note how, you know, it's not the quickest flower in the world to make, but I guarantee you, you're gonna like the result. I've done it with regular paper, and I think I have one with regular paper, and the vellum ones and the velvet. And the velvet and the vellum ones are by far the best. Now, to assemble. Okay, let me lower you down again a bit. We are gonna take our little glue. Let me put my lid in there so it stays up. And then we're gonna just put on, take the lower petal here and just put a tiny bit of glue there and there. And then our next petal, we're gonna slide in. We want those to match up right there. So you can you can temporarily flatten it to slide it in, and then that way you're not getting a whole bunch of glue all over the place. And then you can get it into place, and then once you've got it where you want it, then you can separate that, open that up again. So just, oh, I got glue on my nail there. Where's my, get that off. Now my hand's wet, and I want to hold that because I want that glue to, you know, vellum, I did not know this until recently, lady. Hey, Freddie, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry if you're heading out again. Oh, my goodness. Workers at the house, huh? That, so much for a nice, restful day. The vellum, once that glue dries, you can't even see it. Other glue you can see. This stuff, I bought special vellum tape because in the old days, we didn't have any glue that was not seeable. So I just recently found out that this actually is quite hidden, especially if you don't put a big glob. If you just put a whole little tiny bit, again, flatten your flower that you nicely bunched or curled up, flatten it, slide it in, put it right where you want it, hold on to that. And then once that is done, you can open that up again. And we're gonna do that with all of them. Now, I put it on that one. Now on this one, you wanna grab, you're gonna note where you're putting your glue for one thing. You don't wanna just put it all over the bottom. Okay, you only need a tiny bit where you want it. Okay, and I'm not putting it on the sides there at all. And I think I'm gonna slide this guy in from the bottom. Okay, and that way I can hopefully not get glue everywhere where I don't want it. Maybe, except for all over my hand. There we go. I'm glad I've got dark jeans on today, because then I can just wipe my my wet baby wipe hand on my pants. All right, that one. Now we've got one more to do. So we're gonna do the same thing, just put a little bit of glue on the bottom where that petal is, and then we're gonna flatten it out a bit, slide it in. Oh, why is just Christmas music playing? I've got it on my, my list said classical. I'm gonna have to go into my iTunes and totally redo. Oop, I thought I was holding it and I wasn't. Let's get you in there. There we go. Now, the reason you want to match that bottom up is it places the top petals exactly where you want them if you do that. Okay, so there's one. Isn't that cute? Oh boy, I love these. This makes it so easy to make a cute little petal. Whew, that one's done. All right, I was looking online to see hi Marty, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. It's nice to see you guys. How's your weather over there in that part of the country? Are you in Florida? I think you are in Florida right now. So you and Freddie are probably enjoying some nice days. All right, let's see here. Ah, there we go. Right up there, right at there. Ah, I kicked the other one away with my hand, but I think we're okay. The problem is if you get too rough with these petals, they'll just tear. Now, I understand that there's this opening and all that, but that all gets solved once you're putting it on the card. All right, so we've got our petals all done. Again, we've got 4.5 by 5.5, and then the DSP is 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then we've got this Parisian embossing folder with Whisper White that I already did and cut the top off at an angle. So we'll stick this right on here. A little bit of glue, press that down. We'll take our cute little ribbon. Now, the only thing I didn't do, I forgot to bring in my other tape. That's okay, we'll be fine. I wanted to just tape the back here. So, I don't really want a whole bunch of sticky. Let's see what washi tape I've got handy. I don't know that I really want sparkles either, but I think sparkles is going to be as clear as anything, so we'll use it. All right, so a little bit of ribbon here, and we'll tape this side. The problem is that this washi tape's not the most secure thing in the world, but I am going to, I'll make sure if I don't just glue it down, then I probably will just glue it down. This is going to be flat enough that I can just glue it. And then hopefully that'll hold on to it pretty well. There's a little extra for me. All right, now for our little bow. Let's tie a nice little bow. Stick you on there. Oops, big end. The bows are the things that take the time to fuss with, so we're not going to fuss too much. Although that one needs to be tweaked, like this. You're not tweaking like you should be. Tweak, tweak, tweak. There we go. Okay. No, that didn't tweak it either, but that's okay. I think if I tighten it, it'll be good. All right, perfect. Let's take just a tiny little mini dimensional. I wonder if did I put a glue dot on that? I did put a dimensional. Sometimes these hold really well, and sometimes they don't. I mean on ribbon. They're great for paper, but raining in Florida. I thought that was what I heard from someone. Raining all over the place. It's this time of the year to get rain. We're gonna put you right there. Okay, and we want you going that direction. All right, now for the bottom, where are your bottom pieces that I had in hand and then took out? There are some little leaves. Oh, there they are, right there. Okay, so I cut the vellum leaves out of some green, and did I take my marker to it already? I did not. You can take your marker to it if you want to highlight the little highlights. They've got little highlights that are separate you know, from the leaf. So if you want to make it super special, you can take your, maybe I sponged it. It does look a tiny bit darker. I don't know. I did sponge some of them, so it's possible. But I think rather than go all over all of that, we will just, you could take your white vellum if you want colored, and you can sponge it the color you want with your ink. It's so funny. Can you guys hear my Christmas music? I hope not. Because I mean, it seriously, it's not really quite time. I like Christmas and I like Christmas music. But I'm going to have to fix that list. All right, there's this one. One of the leaves does not have a highlight, one does. All I'm getting is Christmas. Now we're listening to Sleigh Ride, in case you couldn't hear it. And it is not Mel Torme. I might even not mind hearing Mel Torme doing Sleigh Ride, but this is probably like Percy Faith or some. No, not Percy Faith. It's some classical orchestra. Okay, Marty, I'm glad I'm not the only one with a bow issue. I'm always, of all the things I do on here, I'm always a little scared about the bows. They can take so long to do. It's like, well, I wanted to do 2 cards, but I only got to 1 because I spent 20 minutes trying to put a bow on one. All right. Oh, what have I got going on the side over here? There. Okay. All right. I've got some questions for you to entertain us while we're watching the tedious part. If you were in a circus, what would you want to be? What character would you want to be in the circus? Thought, okay. I had to refresh my memory of what is even in a circus because we've gotten so politically correct that I was thinking, I bet you a whole bunch of things that aren't even allowed in the circus anymore. I'm sure they don't have the fat lady for one thing, right? I could have been the fat lady earlier maybe, but once you've lost a few pounds, you don't qualify anymore, so I couldn't do that. But anyway, so I did look to see because a circus, we haven't had a circus through here for, I don't know how long. Maybe they do a circus, but I just cannot imagine. The animal rights activists have made it such that I bet there aren't any animals. I know the last time we took our kids, which was a long time ago when they were small, they didn't have any elephants, they didn't have any of the fun stuff anymore and I'm sure they weren't cared for as well as they should have been, but some were. I'm sure some were because they were making a living showing them. All right, I took our Petal Pink, did a stitched rectangle out of that, stitched rectangle out of Whisper White, and then I do need a tiny little sentiment at the bottom. What have we got? Don't want Christmas. That's Curvy Christmas. Lots to celebrate. Not bad. I actually wanted, what did I use here? Oh, here we go. Positive thoughts. This is good. Sending positive thoughts and feel good wishes or friends like you mean more every year. What do you think? Which one should I do? I actually need 1 line. I'm not sure if I can fit 2 lines on here and still see it. Friends like you mean more every year. That will fit. I don't think the other one would fit. I used the Life is Better with a Friend Like You on my other one, which is the right length, but I was using a longer rectangle, and that won't fit now. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything good. We're going to have to go with Friends Like You mean more every year. Now, if you are sarcastic, that can be taken 2 ways. I know you're thinking, what is the problem with that lady? She takes everything the wrong way. Because, of course, it can't mean anything but good. We're going to do Flirty Flamingo. I want it to be a bit brighter. I'm not sure if my Petal Pink will really be quite bright enough. Ah, good, Marty, we got it. Friends like you mean more every year, but it could mean more trouble. Okay, we might be talking about not a good kind of mean more every year. It could mean like I just said, like trouble. Oh, I think I just did that smeary a little bit on the M. I kind of grabbed it. There's my code if you want to order this set. I would love that. That would be fabulous. And if you don't want to order the set, that's fine too. Oh, I have some more over here too I can use. All right. All right. Friends like you mean more candy every year. That would be a good one. I could handle that. Now I did see, I'm keeping this here because when you cut your things out, you can seat your die in that so that it doesn't wiggle. Freddie, have you tried that yet? I've tried it, and frankly, as always, there's room for error, and even with that, I was getting some wiggle. So it always looks good when they're demoing stuff, but it doesn't always happen when you're doing it in real life. So seating that die in there, yeah, I don't know that it actually even helped at all, to be frank about it. I was disappointed. I think taping it is probably your best bet. All right, then this is going to be right on there with a dimensional or two. And this card will be done, and we can move on to the next one. Oh, I just need a bit on this side. All right. Friends like you mean more joy every year. Now that is very nice and very true. So you just need more. This is a card where you're going to need to put more information in the middle. If you're sending it to a sourpuss, then they might take it the wrong way. Now you can put your sweet little flowers here. And to do that, all you need are just some dimensionals here on the bottom. In fact, just one probably will do it. I don't want it to show, so I kind of don't want it to go up any, too high. You don't want to be in front of, you don't want to have anything up here or it will show. We've got so many layers that you're pretty safe down low, and we could put a little bit on the side, but it's not going to be needed. This is not going to a child, so they're not going to be tugging around on it. Okay, you want to put your best one forward. All right, and now for your little petal. Now my leaves hardly have room because I've got my sentiment there, huh? We'll slide you in there. How about like that? Well, let's do you over here on this side. Okay. This one has that highlighted. Again, if you color that or even on the inside, it does look pretty cool. I think that's the same Christmas song I had going, so my list might be repeating, even though it was, I think, pretty short playlist. And the little tiny one. I think I'll only just use one little tiny one. They're pretty cute. Just one. All right. There we go. And then we'll put our card on the front. And we'll be all set. Let's see how well I can do this. Stand up and do it. Voila. All right, very cute. And I have a couple of little extra leaves that I will save for another round. And we are done with that one. I do like the Life is Better with a Friend Like You, a little bit wider. You can see this card's just a tad bit wider. And but it was a little squatty, so I narrowed it, but then I couldn't use this sentiment. And on this one I have Flirty Flamingo, which is okay, but kind of like the Petal Pink one better, I believe. All right, for the next one, let me see, I wanted to do some sponging. So I took our curvy dies, and I already took my sponge and sponged Terracotta Tile and Bumblebee, and then ran the die through. This is the card we're gonna do. Again, I haven't got it on an actual card. This is the front, and this is using the Flowers for Every Season paper. Oh, I already have it out and cut and ready to go. Here's our card. And I didn't end up wrapping a ribbon around. I forgot my gold leaves. Where did I put those? I will have to find those. So here is our white velour paper. We're gonna finish sponging that flower. And there's that little piece there. And this is from the Tasteful Touches or something like that dies. I kind of forget. A stitched circle. And this also is the Tasteful Touches flag. All right, so my gold dies. Where are my gold leaves? Where do I have you? I need to find you. You're here someplace. There's Shimmer Detailed. Uh-oh. Where are you? There you are, Forever Gold. Right, this does make a very quick and cute background. Ooh, I just lost a whole bunch out. I'll have a lot of cleaning up to do later. I'll get that in a minute. All right, so I think I just used some of the leaves. So let's pop those out. I love these leaves. They are fabulous. Maybe that one. Little tiny one. I think I peeled off. Let's see, which one did I do? There was one that I didn't really want to use it on all of the sides. So I clipped it. I'm not really sure which one I clipped it off of. Maybe it was one of these. Yes, it was. I'll bet it was one of these, because I thought, I'm probably not going to use you anyway. So I'm going to sacrifice you and just use your leaves for that. So anyway, this laser gold, look at these, ladies, for Christmas. If you are looking for something Christmassy and easy to do, I think I used this one for this card. Just slap it on there, put something on top, and you've got a lot of really nice gold right there in your card. It's nice and shiny. Hasn't been all bunged up in my card paper stack mess yet. All right. A lot of tissue paper with that. It has tissue in between. I missed a tissue layer, obviously. All right, so let me take my stack and put it back into my container so I don't lose every bit of it as we go, because I need to do the sponging part first. Okay. Eyes are really pretty. Do you like that, Sylvia? Those colors? I am gonna need to, I need to sponge, and I kind of need to, now this is our, is it Sending Love? I kind of forget what this is called. It's one big die that this is half of it. It's double this when you cut out these parts. And you are left with tons and tons of little hearts too. And I am using those on a card, so I'm gonna use some of them on this one. I've already sponged some of this, and I didn't roll these yet, so I need to do that. Let me roll these a little bit. Since I'm sponging it, I don't really need to worry about it too much, but I kind of need to get it separated because I don't want to sponge all over there. So, got some of the sponging done, but we need to do a bit more. Lower the camera a bit and find, there's my yellow pack and there's my orange pack. All right, so we've got orange. Let's start with yellow. And I cut one of these are just cosmetic sponges. I needed a little tiny skinny one, and I don't think I'm gonna use this guy this time. They all have a slightly different texture, and you know, there's just all kinds of ways you can do sponging. Now I prefer to do it off of this black, but it's not gonna show. I need a white background. I think we're gonna have glaring otherwise, but maybe I'll give it a try because it sure works better if I'm using it right off of this. So let me give it a try. And we're using So Saffron. Okay, and I'm gonna start with the bigger end. We're just gonna go right in there. Okay. Now, if you were on paper and you start on the glass and you can work on, oh boy, it does work like a dream. You won't get those, you have nice soft edges. Really love that. Now we can color this with a lot of yellow. I think I might use a little, or leave a little bit of white at the top, but we are gonna have a major yellow peony going here. The bottom, not so important because it's going to be, other than this front one, I guess I do kind of want that front one to be darker. The lower front one shows, but those other ones don't. There have been, I've seen some really gorgeous sponged petals out there. All right, so if you wanted to get in an area and make it really dark, you know, you can just kind of open it up and then you can get in there and make it a lot darker. You can use your alcohol pen and get kind of the same effect, but you're gonna get more of a line. And so anyway, I really wanted it darker in here. So I'm not sure if I can really get in there good, but that's where I really wanted it darker. It's these little tiny ones right in the back, just because that would be where your shadow effect is, right? All right, so we're gonna finish that off, the yellow. Where did I put my little pack? There you are. My yellow ones. I like pink too, Sylvie. I can't get enough pink. When I was a kid, pink was not my favorite thing, but I am loving these orangey pinks too, and I was never much of an orange fan. So we'll do terracotta tile, and I think it'll be fine. It might be a bit dark, but just go light on the sponge thing, and it'll be fine. All right, so I'm gonna get my flower out here to see, because I really liked how it ended up. See, what did I do? Oh, I kind of did like, you know, if your flower has just that tinge all around the edge, isn't that beautiful? And so that's what I was kind of going for. We'll see what happens. The thing about sponging that I do think is so fun, but a little bit frustrating at times, is you really never know what you're going to end up with. You kind of go for it and hope, and then sometimes what you end up with is like, well, it's pretty, but I didn't really kind of want it that much. So we'll just see. Like if I had not done quite so much, this is turning out very cinnamony because I put a little too much of that So Saffron on there. We'll see if the next one works out better. This one's going to be very yellow. If if I wanted to, I could leave it that way, but we'll just keep going with this method. I did leave enough white here. We should have some nice terracotta tile there. And if I think that's not working out because it's too dark, too terracotta-ish, we can get out our Flirty Flamingo and go to a fresh spot on that sponge, and we'll give that a try. See if we like that better, because I think I must have used, this is looking awfully pink right there. So, oh yeah, this is better. I like this much better. The Flirty Flamingo. I'm sure that's what I used all the way through and just forgot. I did not write it down. That's what I have to do. Jeff sent me his email today and said, I am so sorry I forgot to take out the trash. Well, I was in bed reading that on my phone, and I thought he meant out to the street. And although we don't have a ton of trash, I have pruning to do. So it's like, well, I jumped up and went outside and then realized this is not even our trash day. That's not what he's talking about. He just is apologizing for not taking it outside. I thought he is so funny, so sweet. I wrote to him, it's fine. I took it out myself. It's not a big deal. And I know that if I want anything done by you or me, I have to write a note. I have to write a note to myself. I'm worse than he is. So I'm certainly not going to fault him in any way about not... Oh, that scared me. That was my gold foil. Falling off of the shelf. I didn't have it on there very well, and it scared me to death. But it was just my gold foil falling to the floor. I'm sure glad it wasn't something heavier. I would have probably screeched. All right, there we go. So now we'll see how that all looks. On this flower, I tried to put some white highlighting on it, and I didn't really think it looked great. It was really not necessary. If you're just kind of careful, yeah, Marty. Fibber McGee's closet, what we've got going here. Now your hands will get yucky, so there's just no way you can avoid it. You just have to stop a moment and try to scrub down, because you definitely don't want to transfer all over everything, and it's going to take a minute for that to set up anyhow, right? I don't really want to handle it too much until it's dried. And once it's dried, it's pretty well set. Let me grab another wipe, because I will need it, I'm sure. We'll have it handy there. All right, now we'll glue that guy again. And now, let's get the rest of my card assembled first. Oh, I forgot to, I do need to wipe this. I think I did sponge some ink on there, so I better, I love that. Thank you, Freddie, I love that. That is so nice. She's not watching, I'm sure, but she's probably directing her crew to what they should be doing in her house. All right, there we go. So we're going to take, ooh, that was loud, this. We are going to glue the flowers on the front. You know what? I'm going to sneak some adhesive on the side over here, because I'm wanting to make sure there's not a lot of a border, so I want to make sure I get that centered properly on that card. Let me stand up here. By the time you guys are done with this, you're going to be in the Christmas mood. I don't know about you, but there's somebody blowing a horn in their Christmas music. Okay, and that curvy thing. All right, the curvy thing's pretty cool. I am going to just, I don't really want to glue it on because I kind of wanted to layer it, you know. So we're going to go ahead and snip. We'll snip them all apart. It's wide enough that we can play with it. And then you can get it exactly how you want. you pretty much are stuck with this. You can't do this. Otherwise, you're going to have different curves going. So it's in some ways it's a little tricky, but not really. It's just helpful to have enough to work with so you can get, like, it was too close to the edge there. So I might want that one to be underneath rather than there. We'll put that one underneath. And then that one on top. Okay, so now I know how I want it. That one, then that one, then that one. And we will just put some glue on here. About there. Doesn't have to be exact. Oops. Do want it down though. Where's my baby wipe? I'm sticky. Where did I put it? I must have used it. Better get another one out. What will we do without these things? All right, then the next one. Do the fatter one. Did you guys decide on your circus thing? I did. I decided that I'd always wanted to be a juggler. The juggling act was always really cool. And, you know, when you're a kid, there's always some other kid who was practicing juggling and got pretty good at it, right? I was always in admiration of the juggling thing. And you can throw 3, sorta, but not at a time. I mean, you're holding 2 in one hand and throwing 1 up. That's as good as I could get with juggling. I didn't work at it that hard. I wasn't that good at catching a ball, let alone juggling them. But I always thought that was really cool. And I really love W.C. Fields. He's so funny. Did you know that he was a professional juggler? I mean, he did that and was really good at it. Now I'm purposely kind of getting some, I could, if I wanted all yellow background in all of that filigree, I'd leave it, you know, put it up higher, but I kind of purposely want it to be down. All right, so anyway, he was really good. The rumor was that it was kind of like a, you know, purposely public, you know, relations kind of thing, that he was an alcoholic and all, but he might have been an alcoholic, but he was not shaky or anything like that. That was the joke, that he was, and his nose, you know, was not because of alcohol. I'm sure his nose would have looked like that. Like, yeah, somebody who said, your face is all red to me. It's like, well, you don't know me very well because my face is always really red. When I got tired, there were really only the last couple of years at school. I never really got tired or annoyed. I was at the kids because they were just amusing to me, but the last couple of years, I was getting a little annoyed at having to stop normal behavior. Oh, before we assemble this, let's get our little tag going, just so I know I'm getting my flower where I want it. Oh, wait, let's assemble it. Shoot, might as well. So again, we're gonna put a little bit of glue on the bottom of the petals right there. You get the second one out. Not that one. Yeah, that one. That one's the second one. We'll slide you in there. Try not to get your hand all stuck with glue. Now, I didn't get it right to the edge, as you can see, but it isn't going to matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's very forgiving. Okay, a little bit more glue on this one. Right there. It is a glass mat, Marty. It's a Tim Holtz glass mat. It is awesome. If you go to Google Tim Holtz glass mat. He does a video that shows all the things you can do on it. I didn't know you could do things on a glass mat. You can. There are painting and, you know, things you can do with a glass mat that you can't do with a regular one. So it has been a real treat. All right, I don't want that one showing, so we're going to make sure that one doesn't come down too far because I had a lot of white on that one. And this one too, a lot of white there. So we'll make sure it doesn't peek out. And that one, again, I'm going to slide that one. I guess we'll go from the bottom. You can slide from the top. I just end up getting a lot of glue on when I do it that way. So it's easier for me to slide from the bottom up. Okay, very, very cute. Look at you. And then take your finger and get in there to the center. And you can kind of curve those up again. Working layer by layer here till I get to the center. There's the center. And you could use your bone folder too. Just got to be careful. You definitely, after all this work, you do not want to tear it. All right. There we go. Oops, I don't want you caught. There we go. Cute, cute, cute. I kind of like this one better than this one. What do you think? I do kind of like my white on here. This one turned out better than the other one. I wanted a little bit of white highlighting, so I took my gel pen and then I just went around on where the bottom of that raised part is and then smeared with my finger. So just a little bit of white, smeared it up, and then that just lightened it up a little bit in some of the places. I probably will go back and do that again. I think it looks good. I don't know if you can tell on this, but I do like that. All right, that flower is done. We need our tags. And this little Lots of Love is perfect for this one. That's from Lots to Celebrate. Lots of Love. It's right in that cute little jar. I haven't used that set yet other than the sentiments, and I'm dying to. All the holiday stuff, it's like, whoa, there's so many holiday things I need to do, but I really would like to. I would love to be doing more of my flowers and things. So that's why we're taking a little flower break. All right, I want my flag to go this direction. This is terracotta tile. We'll do it on the side. And get that cleaned off. Back in your little spot. Cute set. And now we'll put this on. Let's just assemble the tag first. Get our little field of flowers. I always get them on the wrong side. After I've got it all done, I look at the tag and think, what? The stitching is upside down. You did it again. You got it upside down. All right, and then our little Lots of Love. Just a little on the side. Oops, right there. And then we'll stick it on. We'll do the other parts to it after we get our flower on. Otherwise, I might get it in the wrong spot. This one needs to have a little bit of gold on there. I've got a little bit of gold thread. So I'm running out of my gold thread. I had it a long time before I even used it. And then I suddenly started using it a ton. It's taken me a while to like it. You can barely see it, but now that I've learned to like it, I like it a lot. I like it a lot Kind of like Jim Carrey. It does take a bit of winding around your hand. Get it all smooth. Wind, wind, wind. And then the end always is you gotta hold on to that end. And I do want it to be large enough. Okay, so it's pretty good. The ends just kind of, it's one of those things you just kind of stick on. After you loop, oh my goodness, it stuck to some glue on my hand and didn't cooperate. We'll do it again. Maybe I should wipe that glue off my hand. Oh, okay. It looks like I'm only getting to these 2 cards. I had 2 other cards I was hoping to do, but I do not think there's ever going to be a way to get to that. That I kind of ruined, but we're living with it. Come away, come away. Okay, there we go. Some of it I want a little larger. Some of it a little less large. Ah! There we go. Oh, that scared me. All right, we want it going like this. Ah, I've got a big matted wad right there. We want that concealed. There we go. We'll try to stick it over there. And there's a big tail. We'll put you there. And another big tail. Stick you there. Okay, very good. Now we're all together. Oh, boy, that was a little bit of a labor. Labor of love. I don't want it to be so super high, but I guess I can make it super high because that flower's going to be super high. I do like to stick the dimensionals right on top again because otherwise it's likely to get stuck on somebody's hand and rip right off. Oops. Oops. There, a little accident on the side. Okay, we're good. I am going to have to adjust my gold. I want you over here more. All right, very good. And we will do the other things after we get our flower on there. Isn't that cute? Oh, you can kind of tuck it right in under. So since we're tucking it in under, this is not a vellum one. I can put my dimensionals anywhere I want on the top, and that'll stick it on there and good and proper. And this part will be stuck under the tag slightly. Okay, and that'll kind of help hold it on there. All right, cute, cute. And now we can use our leaves, our little gold leaves. Grab this one and we'll glue this one first. Just a dab will do ya. Don't want too much glue on that. You don't want it getting on your gold. On the front, that is. My flower is kind of flopping down a little more, so we're going to put this one here. Get your thread out of there. Okay. And just one more tiny, tiny one. Let's do this. Let's do this one. Oh, I don't want to sacrifice that little one. I don't think I have to. That little one we'll sacrifice totally. Get that out of there. That's a deformed leaf. That one, a slug has eaten it somewhat. In my world, that happens a lot. Okay, so we'll hide the ugly part of that. I want my hearts mostly there, so we'll stick you over here. And we can see the slug-eaten part, but that's okay. All right, so our hearts, we'll put a little... Actually, I want my hearts to be on dimensionals, little teeny tiny ones, at least the bigger ones. Okay, so what have we got here? Oh, my hand's kind of gluish. Oops, it's sticking to my nail nicely. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have a little trouble. There we go. Once it starts sticking to your nail, you're in trouble. It keeps doing that. Oh, you have been looking to get a glass mat? Yeah, I am glad that no one ever mentioned it to me, because I would have not watched the video, for one thing. And then I would have been skeptical about its qualities. And I never would have bought one. And then I would have never known what I was missing out on. So, this is what you need your friends for, is to nudge you in directions by just getting you stuff. Because otherwise, you will never know. You'll just live in an ignorant, unsatisfactory world, never knowing what you could have had. All right. You guys never did answer me. I guess juggler wasn't your idea of a good circus job. High wire act? That sounds fun. Then, you know, the kind of dexterity we would need would be totally lacking on my end. So, to say nothing of somewhat of a fear of heights. And animal tamer is, you probably don't want to be a lion tamer. You could maybe do we'd love doing the dog act, I think. I think anybody would enjoy doing that. Their dogs are fun. Now, if you were going to be, what's your favorite animal? If you were going to be a farm animal, I would have to be the barn cat, because I couldn't think of a farm animal that just does its own thing. They pretty much, oh, isn't that cute? Okay, now that's a good one. I really liked that one. All right, let me see if I have something quick. I don't, so we are not going to get to this one. So for this petal, this is where I did the die, so I'm going to use this on the rest of this card. I did take our fun, do you remember this fun vellum that we had from our celebration last year? I had a hard time using this. It's so directional. So what I did with it is I used our mint macaron, and this is its mat, and then I could put some really good adhesive under there. So we have our mint macaron, petal pink with a subtle folder embossed over that. This is going to go on that. I embossed another piece of petal pink because that's what I made my petals out of, and then I kind of colored it with those blending pens, and then I just assembled it like this. Okay, this is your tag. And this tag. A few rhinestones. Love this ribbon. So that's going to be nice. I will put that together on my own after I have said goodbye to you, because I don't want you to get bored watching me. Here is the last one, though. I think we can run through this one really quick, because I've done it to a great degree. So I took my gray, and let me tuck this away. This is basic gray. Oh, we don't want to lose you. Let's stick you in there. This is our subtle DSP, and this is the smoky slate one. I'm going to run this up really quick because I want you to see what I did. It made a huge difference with it. I don't know if you can tell. It's pretty cool. So this is our scripted embossing folder, and then I think I just took basic gray. Was it basic gray or smoky slate or gray granite even? I think we'll do gray granite. I don't know. This is looking I think it's more gray granite. Find the front of your folder. That's the one you'll want to ink up, is the front. That's the smoothest one. Okay, so you're going to want to ink that up. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're getting it, you're going to do kind of an antique-y thing anyway with this. All right, now I'm going to move all these things away because I am going to bring my embossing machine over here in a second. Now this is just Kleenex, so I just want to pat off a lot of that ink. I don't want it to be too, so you get off a lot, you know. Don't want it to be too much, and then we're going to lay this down in there. And we're going to emboss that. All right, so we'll put this right here. I think this is a fat embossing plate, so I think the clear one will work. Nope, that's not it. Maybe it's the blue one. I'm still playing with the plates, ladies. Still playing with them. There's too many thicknesses of embossing folders to ever really know for sure. All right, but that was it. That worked. Cute. Then you do have to clean this off. You want to get that clean pretty quick so it doesn't ruin your embossing folder. I would just normally run in there and wash it off really good in the sink, but we'll just do a temporary scrub for now, and then I'll get it when we're done. All right, isn't that gorgeous? It's the DSP. It has that white in it. It's very simple, but it just is so effective, giving you kind of an aged, sort of an aged, distressed look. It looks, uh-oh, there's a cat out in the yard. Ha! Ah, it's that gray one. I took all my alarms away. They're out there, but I'm not using my alarms right now. And there is a gray cat that's totally taken over our yard. And I don't want to get out the alarms again. It's been really quiet and nice in our neighborhood. The gentleman and the lady, there was two of them. They were mentally ill. Seriously, no joke. I mean, I feel sorry for them, but that's why we had tons and tons of cats. They are gone, so now I don't really have to have that alarm, I don't think. And I have 4 of them now. I'm very well ready. Okay, here's our band together. Okay, and an extra little strip. We're going to just take this and tuck one side over here like this. Okay, we'll put a little glue on there. Okay, Marty, bye-bye. It was nice having you. Yes, this is definitely the time to be done. But I do want to show you this one because this one's cute too. We will clip that to dry. And then for this side, we'll just put a little glue there. Down. And little glue there. We just need enough to get to the back. We're not doing a real belly band here. We're giving it a fake belly band. Get some of my glue off there. All right. And, oh, I can't fit, I have the, oh good, there we go. I thought I had one done. All right, so I've got two. One's not done, but we have demonstrated that enough, so we can just move along. Here are in our our velvet paper pack, there's this very light green. It is a super light green, and we need it to be darker. So what I am going to do, but I'll have to do it off camera, I think, because I don't know how long it'll take. Here's my die. The die that is in the band together is this little oval. Maybe I do have the time. Let's see. I'm only doing 2, I think. And you don't even have to worry about these little guys. We can just skip that. Here's some pear pizzazz. Shall we just go quick and easy here? Let's see what happens. We can kind of do this the quicker way rather than doing actual sponge here. Just to kind of get my leaves colored a bit. I'm transferring the ink from my hands is what's happening. I'm sort of using my finger as a sponge. And I'm not really wanting to, but it's not working too badly. So I think we'll just go with it. This is the sloppy child way of stamping. Just use your finger. All right. Now we do need to clean off that little mess, though. That was pretty messy. I'm going to have a green finger, which would be perfect for Halloween. Oh, uh-oh. Sylvia's having a little dog issues. Well, that happens. Okay. All right, so now we've got, oh, what do we have? That black thread. That black thread's pretty cool, too, just like the gold. It is so small. It's thread, you know. It is not ribbon. It's not cord. It's not thread like our linen thread. It is like filigree thread, filament. It's like filament thread to me. It's very fine, and so it's messy. It gets tangled up really easily. Kind of hard to maneuver. If you can grab it like that, that's perfect. So we don't want to lose that. We're going to stick that behind this. So let's grab some dimensionals and stick those on there. And then we can put our, actually though I want it like that. Yeah, that's not gonna, let's stick a dimensional right there so I can get rid of my, let's do it that way. Okay. And we'll tuck on our flower. And we can tuck on our messy, messy leaves. You're going to want to dry those before you handle them too much. Before I do that, let's put this on. I kind of forgot to get this stamped and done. So happy for you. Where is that from? I have no clue. You know, we are going to turn this one into a Christmas one, maybe. Because, let's see how big this Merry Christmas is. It's pretty good size. I don't think it's not quite big enough. Let's grab a sentiment on the side here. What do we have? I know I had several things out. Oh, here we go. All right, we've got a happy birthday. I'm always needing happy birthdays. That will fit. Good, good, good. All right. And I did do it in black. I think doing it in red would look nice too, but we'll just stick with the black. This is the kind of set, because I didn't even get to the stamped peony. And I want to. It's beautiful. I love it. It actually took, that's why I bought this set. It was the peony. that attracted me to it. Not this peony, but the stamped peonies. But, you know, these petals were so fun to do. So for this one, you can see I took my blending pen, and I'll maybe do it just for a minute on this one because I didn't do it yet on this one. Oops. There we go. Right there. We kind of need you, little guy. You're going to be out of color, though. We're going to stick you in there anyway. Even though you're a little light in color, you'll be fine. Let's tuck you in there. No, I don't like you like that. Let's try that again. No. No, 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 no. Make sure it's still sticky. Okay, that's gonna have to do. Okay, you might not like it, but it's gonna have to. I'm not liking it. I think I like it better with that. All right, so our little, we can get rid of our clip, and we'll just put a few of these guys on here. Oops, that's stuck to me. You can get crazed with these. It's like, I want them all over the place. They're too cute. Oops. There we go. That one's stuck to this side now. Permanently. No, it won't stick where I want him. There you go. Okay. You can see they're just, once they start getting stuck on things, they just get stuck all over. Oh boy, get off of me and onto the card. And then they do that. That's why they're kind of random. Like, look at this. I just put my hand over there and it stuck on me. All right, this is the last one. We're not doing more. I don't care what you're doing. There you go. Okay, whew. Put you away. There's another one. I'll put you on the plastic. All right, that is that. And then the marking part. I have used this is light red, which will work. I think I used cranberry cobbler, but this is good. And just to wherever you would want, you know, some highlight, you can just kind of color in to make it a little darker. You don't have to even do that. But if you want any more, oh, what would be the word? Dimension, or if you want to be able to see your petals better, then you can do that. There's a really nice ridge all the way around, so you can easily see where you would want to color. And if you would want to do this before you assembled your flower, because obviously I'm kind of getting on the lower petal while I'm doing that. So anyway, this just kind of defines those petals a little bit more. And you can, there is on this velvet, it does leave a little white edge too, which is okay. It kind of highlights it, but if you wanted to, you can even make it dark around the edge there. Oops, color that in a little. And it does the same thing, but with dark, right? Okay, so anyhow, those are just all ideas about how you can work those peony petals. And I think what I'm going to have to do, oops, close.
I think I'm going to have to do another prize peony later and show the other one, the one that stamps, because it's a really, really pretty. I know I'm going to want to use it. And I have a class that's in February, I think, with that one. So maybe closer to February, I will do it again and do the stamped one because it's really cool. Thank you so much for watching. It was really a treat to have you with me, and I hope your day is wonderful. You have a great rest of the week. And remember, okay, this is October, and it won't be long, and that time change is coming. So enjoy. If you are living in a region like us where we have really short days in the winter, enjoy the sunshine while it's out, even if it's a cloudy kind of sunshine, because it's going to be getting dark early pretty soon, and I hate to see that. I always hate to see that come. So I am going to get outside. The wind's died down pretty good, so let's go out on a bike ride, all right? I will see you next Monday, and I think that's it. So thanks for watching. Share my videos. Remember, share my videos, like my page. Thank you so much. Bye.